Boris Johnson saying that there is a faction in the Republican Party that has a, quote, weird sort of homoerotic fascination with Putin. With him adding there, some of these people think he's an all-around stand-up guy and they love his manly Christianity. Adding it's complete nonsense, he's a tyrant and kleptocrat and a murderer and a very, very dangerous and bad man. With Johnson warning Americans and Europeans that, quote, there's no question that some of those people are in the 47th president's ear and they're whispering a lot of absolute nonsense to him. Now, given all that, Johnson disagrees that Trump would, quote, embarrass himself by letting Putin win the war, saying here is a golden opportunity for Trump to show that the previous administration has been weak on Russia because it has not given the Ukrainians provisions they need, saying that Trump was pretty tough on Putin during his first term, though this, as many have said, that there's not a question that Trump has a personal affinity for the Russian leader or that he opposes aiding Ukraine currently, and as president has resisted sales of javelins to Ukraine while also blackmailing the country. But the seriousness of the presidency has shown to change men, and from Ukraine's point of view, his pick for state and for national security advisor have actually been good. And to quote Trump himself, well, you know, you never know about bravery. Some people think they're brave and they're not brave, and other people don't think of themselves as very brave and then they step up. You never know until you get tested. So you have some saying maybe there is a reason to believe that Trump could rise to the moment and be the leader who defeats Putin as Boris Johnson suggests, with others noting that Johnson was also once a guy who was seen as being in Russia's pocket, but then tanks rolled across the border and he became Ukraine's greatest advocate.
I can't believe I'm gonna say it. Boris is right. He is. Damn, who would have thought? So a large country gets to do whatever the fuck they want, get help from their allies, get a plethora of munitions and whatever the fuck they want from their friends. But whereas to a smaller country that they're invading, if they do the same thing and ask help from the outside world, it's an escalation. It's a direct violation, blah, 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 blah. Oh, shut the fuck up. Listen, the rules of engagement and the rules of war don't matter anymore because they are in no mood to negotiate whatsoever or end this, because they already made it abundantly clear at this point that they want to subsume the entirety of Ukraine. Yeah. And if you think Trump is gonna fix that shit quickly, good luck. Just watch this.
Ukraine has fired a US-built missile at Russia this morning, hours after the Kremlin threatened a nuclear response. This comes as fears of World War III heightened after Biden gave Ukraine the green light to use American-made missiles to strike Russia, a move Moscow warned would spark a nuclear exchange. The Russian Defense Ministry claims they managed to shoot down 5 of the missiles before a 6th, despite being damaged, struck a military facility. Earlier today, the Kremlin press secretary told reporters the Russian Federation reserves the right to use nuclear weapons in the event of aggression against it.
He ain't gonna do shit, and he knows it, cause he's a you know what word.
We are seeing widespread condemnation of this neo-Nazi march in Columbus, Ohio over the weekend.
Buckle up, buckaroos. This is just the beginning, sadly.